Use it or lose it. That's a common phrase in today's world. But according to Jesus, you should use your gifts now because it matters for eternity. Jesus said, use your gifts. Good morning and welcome to 755 Live. For about 5 minutes, you'll hear all about easy to remember soundbite versions of what Jesus said. And the point is to help you experience life to the fullest, the Jesus way. Today's Jesus Said, that's on our Bible plan at bible.today.church, comes from Matthew 25, 14 through 19, and we'll be reading from the NET translation today. Verse 14, "For it is like a man going on a journey who summoned his slaves and entrusted his property to them." Now, before we go on to verse 15, this is Jesus giving another parable here about the kingdom of heaven. Okay, so verse 15, "To one he gave 5 talents, to another 2, and to another 1, each according to his ability. And then he went on his journey. The one who had received 5 talents went off right away and put his money to work and gained 5 more. In the same way, the one who had 2 gained 2 more. But the one who had received 1 talent went out and dug a hole in the ground and hid his master's money in it. After a long time, the master of those slaves came and settled his accounts with them." Now, the rest of this story, the end of this story, as you read on there, when the master returned, they each had to give an account for the money they had been given. It was his money, not theirs. And the one with 5 talents, who made 5 more, was told, "Well done. I'll give you more responsibility. Let's celebrate this." The one with 2, who made 2 more, once again, "Well done." Same celebration. But then the one who was given 1 talent and hid it, well, it seems pretty harsh, but he didn't lose the master's money. He just didn't do anything with it. And he was called a wicked and lazy servant. Why not at least put what I gave you in the bank so that it can make some interest? And then he says, give to the one who has 10 that other talent. And let's just read that, or what Jesus said about that in Matthew 25, 29 through 30. It says, "To those who use well what they are given, even more will be given, and they will have an abundance. But from those who do nothing, even what little they have will be taken away. Now throw this useless servant into outer darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth." That seems pretty harsh for not losing the master's money. But this is a series of kingdom stories that Jesus is telling here. And to understand really how extreme this story is, let's talk about what a talent is. A talent in that day was a huge sum of money equal to about 6,000 denarii. 1 denarius was the usual day's wage for a worker. And it's a lot of money. And now, depending on how you calculate that, with the different economies, each talent would be somewhere between $600,000 to $1.4 million in our currency. So conservatively, the one who was given 5 talents was given about $3 million. The 2 would be about $1.2 million. And this is such an extreme amount of money, especially in this time. Jesus was making the point here with an extreme analogy. But one of the most important points is what they were given wasn't theirs. It was the master's. And keeping the master's money safe wasn't the point. Investing to multiply was what was commended. And this goes back to the entire structure of creation, the model of creation, kind after kind, be fruitful and multiply. Jesus said that we were chosen to bear fruit. He called us fishers of men. He tells us to go make disciples. And obedience multiplies. When we invest our gifts into the kingdom of God, the fruit grows on other people's trees. And we begin to reach out for the least of these, which Jesus gets to in the rest of Matthew 25. And so we know that what we are given is not just to keep for ourselves. It's not just to protect it so it doesn't go away. But what we are given, the gifts that we are given, are supposed to multiply as we obey what Jesus said and more specifically, take care of the least of these. So how are you using what God has given you? Is it multiplying for the good of others, or are you kind of burying it in the ground and just hoping that you don't lose it? Well, use it or lose it. That's what Jesus said. Jesus said, use your gifts. How can you put that into action today? Thank you so much for listening. If this is meaningful to you, it really does mean a lot when you like it, when you share it, when you comment. I hope that you have an amazing day today, and I hope that this time together has helped you live life to the fullest, the Jesus way. And remember, follow Jesus today. Love first. All righty.